Johil de Oliveira making his way out to the ring in very deliberate fashion. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. You see the gloves on for striking or grappling, and there is his corner man, not really. That's Stacy Moran, the pet of the month for October 1993.
He just looks cool as a cucumber, doesn't he?
He does, and he has to wait.
You know what I do notice about him now, though, now that I see him in the light? He really hasn't broken a sweat. He looks a little cold, doesn't he?
You don't want that. You do like to have the sweat and the warm-up. Maybe he wants to leave a little bit of it for what's going on here, because he may have a little bit of a waiting period as he's in there first, awaiting John Lewis.
And his opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada, John Lewis.
A deliberate fighter, very patient, very skilled. His style and his strategy may be tested by the rule about the 5 minutes, because he's been very patient. There's a guy that may go for it every 5 and then at the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for it. I know that he doesn't want to wait for them to stand up again if he's got him down.
There was a guy that in the past would give you the impression he wouldn't mind fighting you for 2 hours, making you make the mistake so he could capitalize. And now, with the time, he may step it up as the walk of Heidi Lin cheering up the crowd.
And the tattooed back of John Lewis.
As you get a look at some of the pageantry surrounding extreme fighting. Extreme numbers gives us the indication. De Oliveira 29, Lewis 28. A height advantage to Lewis, and the weight very similar.
John Lewis is extremely strong for his weight. Let's not forget that. He might not have the experience that this guy has, but he's very strong.
A little bit of a height edge for John Lewis as well as the strength. Let's see how he uses it.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my left, at 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 157 pounds, with a career record of 4 wins and 1 loss, the reigning Japanese super lightweight universal Vale Tudo champion, Johil de Oliveira. And on my right, at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 159 pounds, with a record of 7 wins, no losses, and 2 draws, he is undefeated in extreme fighting competition. He is John Lewis.
And we are ready to rock in our first match of the evening. Lewis very patient, both preferring the stand-up style right now. John, who do you think will make the first move?
There you go. Answer.
John Lewis made it.
Side control already.
Take your time. Take your time.
A quick move. John Lewis trying to make some short work here with Johil de Oliveira. The first move so critical in extreme fighting. If you know how to parlay it, you're in great shape.
A very low kick, glanced past. As it went past, he dove in. Now watch the way he advances his legs up to the head to get more pressure on the chest.
John, a good time to explain to viewers a mount and a guard, the difference between them and how you can finish with them.
Well, he can mount from here because he can drop his right knee over, but he's getting up high. He's putting pressure on him. He's kind of cooking him a little. And there's the mount.
And a mount, a position from the top, a very dominant spot.
And you see how he did it? He did it off a big bouncy pace. Oh, there's arms. Arms look really dangerous right now.
Now Lewis tries to complement his leg strength and his positioning with some chopping shots. And you see the spinning attempts of de Oliveira to wriggle free from trouble.
Terrific mount here. High, he grapes when he has to. Just
He can use the fence to his advantage here. There's really nowhere for de Oliveira to go.
You see, he's judging it. He's got to try to bridge again, and he knows it. He's got to slow it down to speed it up.
And a high mount here, as you talked about. Lewis on top, pounding away. 2 minutes in. We'll see if the clock becomes a factor in this first phase. 3 phases, 5 minutes each with a 1-minute rest. But now if you're John Lewis, you don't want to see a second phase. You're already off to a great start.
I'm looking at the time, and I'm looking at the position. You know who's working harder here. Notice the way the left knee starts sneaking up on Lewis. I have a tendency to think he's going to start running on those arms.
Halfway through the first phase, as De Oliveira just pounds away, and Lewis tries to make the strength of De Oliveira work against him. Chopping rights by Lewis. A little bit more aggression in him this time than in his other 2 extreme fighting outings. This style sets up well for him.
Yeah, he's ready to play this game. You can see it. And I don't know what he holds in his future, but Carlson Gracie Jr. had a draw back there.
Getting interesting here in the first phase. 2 minutes to go. In the past, we've seen John Lewis able to cook, as John Peretti says, ride the time. But with the time winding down in this phase, he may become a gambler. After all, he's from Las Vegas. Why not?
Very good. Yeah, he's still trying to cook him. He's really not putting anything but a big left hook to the ribs. What do you think of the power of that punch, Dave?
He's chopping with it. It's deceiving, I think. It's a sneaky type of a punch.
How's it sound? What's its impact sound like to you?
Sounds like pain.
I noticed some reddening on the back of Johil now. Oh, if he turns around, he's really foolish.
And there it is, as John said. A turnaround. You see Lewis from the top. And De Oliveira trying to rally here with a little more than a minute to go in the first phase.
With 1 minute and 8 seconds left, Lewis is in prime position to finish this fight. Notice how he's crossing his ankles and uncrossing them. He felt safer when he turned back to the mount.
John Lewis reacting to the clock in his head, trying for the finish here, knowing that he can't cook for 15 minutes. He has adjusted well to the strategies and the new style here of extreme fighting, and he's becoming more aggressive more quickly, and those shots are adding up.
He's becoming a much more skilled fighter than we've seen before. His training's working really well. Oh, that's a lame move. You can't throw your legs up like that. It's just going to get broken.
Chopping shots here by John Lewis as time winding down. It sounds like first phase. Will we see a reprieve for Johil de Oliveira, who has been in big trouble throughout the opening phase? But he may get a chance to start it over again. He may just last out this initial assault by John Lewis. It's been an excellent opening phase for undefeated extreme fighter John Lewis.
The beginning of a new era. Let's see how slow he gets up. Very frustrated.
De Oliveira did not have a good opening act.
Sorry. Okay, put the hips up and pull.
We see John Lewis pressing his attack more. He's got the position, a low mount here, and he will pound away with the body. Going upstairs, these are shots right on the bone, very painful. 5 shots like that. Phase 2 about to begin. Set for 3. Now again, the first move critical in this phase, as it was earlier. Lewis got the early edge, and he controlled the 5 minutes. Let's see what happens here.
Again, spatial game going on here. The Luke Oliveira guy doesn't really have this. What do you think that in terms of space?
That's a maximum use of space. Now, what adjustment would De Oliveira make after losing basically the first phase?
Oliveira's worried about the tackle now, so you see spatially he's all confused.
And he tries to set it up with a kick downstairs, trying to get Lewis off balance so he could make a move, and Lewis was not buying it.
Notice Lewis staying outside the left leg of De Oliveira. Where do you learn that from?
Just like a boxing match, how do you fight a southpaw? And Lewis is a southpaw, and
great judo throw.
De Oliveira able to get his way momentarily. There's the strength you talked about, John, because Lewis came back.
Yeah, and he came back in position. You see the left leg climb over. He'll be able to mount very easily from here.
That has to be frustrating for De Oliveira, who got the move he wanted and then found out that Lewis was too strong.
It was a terrific throw.
And it took most of a minute to set that up. Found the opening, went for it, got the throw, and then Lewis able to turn it around. Let us see if that's demoralizing on De Oliveira.
I'm seeing the right hand freeing up a little. Mike gonna punch again.
Lewis looking for leg position here.
You notice the way he freed up the right. He might be ready to throw the body punches again.
And you see the cover up on De Oliveira so he doesn't get hit. Now, Lewis has established a little bit more position at the top. Hasn't totally gotten the legs free yet for control. He was pounding at will in the opening phase.
De Oliveira is doing really well here. John's going to try to free the leg. That's a very good point. He puts the right foot on the calf, holds the pressure down. He's really trying to free the leg. He has to create a distraction to do so.
Lewis has not freed that leg yet, and as a result, he's not as complete a fighter in this phase as he was in phase one, but he is still maintaining control.
You see him pull the arm off. He's not stupid. I'm surprised Joe doesn't retaliate with the right hand to the head when he pulls the arm off. He's climbing.
And the leg battle goes on.
See him climb with the left instep.
Like he's trying to go up a tree here.
And you see John, he's going to try to pull his right leg in tight so he can push down on his opponent's leg. Let's see if he goes for it. It's the proper thing to do from this position.
You get an overhead look of what leg strength is or isn't. Right now, it is needed to establish position, to establish a more offensive position.
You see the graping effect, and he keeps putting his leg under. What he does to John is he keeps switching. The pressure on the calf is what is the whole fight right now.
And the instinctive knowledge from both guys how to use their legs. De Oliveira from the bottom, Lewis from the top. Come on, guys.
Position is maintained by the legs. John tried to do a little arm crank there.
Lewis tried to slip inside.
See him get on his left hip, you know he's going to try to raise his right knee. This guy's holding that leg pretty tight.
And if he was able to do that, John, he'd free his right hand for some power.
The right hand is monitored by the left hand of Johil.
And we've got essentially a stalemate occurring in the second phase.
As I said, he pulls his right ankle in so that he has more leverage to push the leg off, and there it is right now. And it worked.
Excellent description now, John, as Lewis has gotten himself inside. Has he done enough to mount an attack? It happened with a minute to go in the phase. Phase two has been a bit more of a stalemate. Lewis has broken through here.
Yeah, and Johil has reclaimed his position on the leg, so John's going to have to pick that ankle up again, yank it towards him to get better position. See the way he monitors with the left hand? He's cupping his elbow.
This is a phase in which perhaps John Lewis wishes he could cook, but this phase is going to come to a conclusion, and they'll start it all again in about 25 seconds.
I think this Joe Oliveira is freeze-dried. You can't cook this boy.
Not to be cooked in phase two. Almost gone in phase one. And phase two, as you get a good look at the leg action, is going to go to a stalemate.
Great figure four leg hold. Works for the whole fight.
The arm. You put your shoulder, the pressure on, you put your foot on the floor, close.
Realize this round is either of you wins, it's a draw, okay? So let's work this round. Let's
When you bring your foot up to his leg, the pressure.
It worked for something special. This was an excellent move, set up for an entire minute. And then John Lewis was able to negate that advantage immediately, and I think to the surprise of De Oliveira.
Terrific. You see, he moved him off just as he got turned over. Here we go for three.
And De Oliveira's salvation there is that he did not get demoralized after doing something right and having it turned around by Lewis. So phase three, the final one. Now, If this was a different type of a sport, you might see Lewis on the way to a decision, but here it would be a draw, so he'll have to open up.
Absolutely right. Oh, he's going to wind that one up from New Jersey.
Well, we saw that in phase 2 from De Oliveira, the kick downstairs. Maybe trying to set up another throw. He didn't want to get to the
right hand, that's for sure. Oliveira wants to stand up and fight this round.
Well, it would be a new trick for him. He spent phase 1 on his back.
Notice the leg positions.
Both fighters tried to utilize the
shoulder throw into guard. Dominant position for Oliveira this time. John should escape from this very easily.
A good time, John, to explain that, what the guard is and why the guy in the bottom can be winning.
All position is dominant from the guard. He's got arm bars from the guard, and he's got chokes from the guard, and he's holding him with his legs. He has the advantageous aspect of his legs.
What is the key to utilizing that guard position?
Body control and keeping your attack on. You can keep attacking from the guard. He's landing hands on John. Then you can maintain this position and you can fight for an easy 5 minutes.
Well, this is a classic example of how looks can be deceiving. De Oliveira's on the bottom. He's
John Lewis punching from the guard. He's going to try to bend his head up to put a little pressure on him.
If he bends the head up, he can also get a little bit more leverage, some drive. And you see Lewis trying to counteract. Trying to set up some blows.
Nice move.
De Oliveira saving himself for a moment. Nice spin over to the side from Lewis.
Now inside control.
That is leg strength. That was good leg strength by Lewis to get into this attack position. But now, halfway through the final phase, it's nothing but glittery aesthetics unless he can put this match away.
Yeah, there are no judges in here. Has to win by submission, knockout. Porter's not going to throw in the towel, you can tell that.
They don't even have the towel anywhere nearby. This has been an excellent
tactical
chess match. Different ways of this bout being put together. The good styles matching up. We've seen some good ground fighting. We've seen some fighting from the top. We've seen that John Lewis has been deceivingly strong.
Going back to side control. Now John's pretty dominant if he mounts.
Well, 2 minutes to go. Lewis has to get into another mode.
Come on, John, look at me. Look at full pressure on your chest.
And here is definitely an extreme fighter who, more than most, I believe, will have to change under the format, and he's trying.
You see that Indian grip there, holding his leg, attaching it to John's side. He cannot get the knee through that hold that way. I don't think John knows what he's got his hands at. Oh, he opened it up. That was a very good defensive position. Here comes the knee. Invading.
De Oliveira, are you holding on, trying to get through, or do you think he can still win here?
Oh, he can win if he gets a reversal. You know, he's obviously shown what he can do, but John is dominating position in this fight.
Stay close, come on.
Well, the tactical superiority has belonged to John Lewis. Some excellent ground fighting at times by Johil de Oliveira. But John Lewis needs to make some thunder in the last minute.
He should mount now. He's got pressure on his chest. He should mount.
How would he do it from here, tactically?
I don't want to see drop. Come on.
What move would he make here?
He has to put the knee through. I mean, he's got no choice. One guy needs the knee through for guard. The other guy needs the knee through for mount. And, you know, both of them don't understand, you know, what time is right now. They're in, you know, a separate private Idaho.
They're not pouring it on here. And John Lewis, who has done everything, has 20 seconds to put it away. He's the one with the shot. But will he get it?
Well, he could get the draw.
Yeah, it looks quite likely that he'll get the draw.
The crowd's dissatisfaction with the match.
They don't understand the aesthetics involved here.
This guy's defending that mount with everything, too.
Lewis had the edge, but all he'll get for it is a draw.
And Andre Pedernera's, you know, deeply upset in this corner.
Will Dr. Nunn please go to the fighter entrance?
Cut
Dr. Nunn,
under the right eye.
please go to the fighter entrance. There's an emergency.
of De Oliveira. That is all. These are guys that could go at it for hours into the night looking for...
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a draw.